Hello. Hi. Me again. I'm having a busy day today. Right. Um, Sharon, not her real name. I might end up giving it away. I think I have done before. Sharon has asked me, will my relationship with, what shall I call him? Stephen. We'll call him Stephen. Will my relationship with Stephen continue on a positive note? Um, Yeah, well, yes, intuitively. I don't see any problems, really, genuinely. Um, he is a very take it or leave it kind of guy. I can feel that intuitively. There's no airs and graces with him. He's got a very cheeky, very dry sense of humor. And he will deliberately sometimes not respond if he knows a response is expected of him, or he knows that maybe either you're fishing for an answer or you're just trying to get him to commit to something or say something. He just won't. So it's kind of a part of his mischievous sense of humor, but it's also kind of this, I don't know, nobody's going to get too much inside of his head. And yet he is a big softy as well, deep down inside. So he can be a bit grumpy sometimes. He's a bit of a grump, but he is funny and he does care about you. I feel intuitively that he really cares about you. But you're no saint. You can be moody at times and you can get on your high horse. And he sighs sometimes like this, and yet the two of you seem to really understand one another. And so, I'm wondering why you keep asking this, because I know that you do keep asking this question or picking over this question. And it seems to me that, I have given literally thousands and thousands of relationship consultations over the years. And that I quite often have to say to people, no, no, this is not going anywhere. And it's not because I'm a negative so and so. It's because statistically, and look, this is going to make sense if you think about it. If somebody is asking about a relationship, already there are problems or doubts or insecurities, because otherwise they wouldn't be asking about it. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't ask about relationships. People pay me to look at that subject and to respond to it. But what I'm saying is, statistically, if 100 people email me to ask about a relationship or exes is the biggest thing. More people ask about ex partners than new partners. I don't know why that is. Well, I've got a few ideas, but that's quite a biggie. But anyway, the chances are that there are problems that need to be looked at, or that need to sort of be discussed, brought to the open, smoothed out, that kind of thing. So I'm not always telling people that, oh yes, you and he are good together, you and he will be great together. I'm in fact quite the opposite. I'm often saying, well, you know, I'll say this relationship is going nowhere. I know that might make you cross and upset you, but you're asking me what I can see, and these are the reasons I'm saying I can't see it go anywhere. But I can see that this will come about for you, and that you will meet somebody else if you do this. So it's not all negative stuff. But in this situation with you and Stephen, I feel that you two do know each other well. I don't see any real or major reason why you and he shouldn't be together. I don't see any reason why you would have to stop seeing one another. It would just seem to be silly stuff or stupid stuff. So I don't know. Clearly, he's a tricky one at times. He's got a habit of biting a finger or a thumbnail, something like that. Because in my mind, I keep seeing him like this. And he's got a habit of looking blank. Like when somebody doesn't want to respond or give something away, just look blank. But the stuff going on up here. And so, yeah, in his own way, he can be a little reticent. But I think in kind of just understanding that that's how he is and that's how it ticks over, that, and which you do most of the time, is just every now and then something flares up within you, I think, and some doubt. And sometimes then you think to yourself, oh, why should I bother? Do you know what? I'd be better off on my own, because you know you're a bubbly person, you're independent minded, you can certainly take care of yourself. So it's not as if you're needy and clingy. But yet you're drawn back to him and vice versa. So I don't know, maybe you and he'll grow old and die together, you know, with your ups and downs. But it seems to me that there is a lot of good within this relationship. But, you know, I don't know. He's been under a lot of pressure recently over something. I don't know what it is. But if he feels that pressure is building, or if he feels that he doesn't want to be involved in something, and it might even be something silly like a family situation or a family celebration or whatever it is, I feel like he can suddenly go into retreat, he can suddenly step back. And that's annoying and frustrating. But I feel that that's how he copes with things. So, on one hand, it's like, you know, he can be warm. And if you needed anything, really needed anything, you were really in trouble, I promise you he would be there. That's how it seems to me intuitively. But at the same time, sometimes it's just like he can be awkward for the sake of being awkward. And I think deep down inside, maybe that's his way of maintaining a little bit of a sense of independence. So, you know, neither of you are spring chickens. I don't mean you're old, but you're not teenagers or in your early 20s. You've both been round the block a few times. You know, you both know all about life. And, you know, the older we get, I mean, you know, I'm no spring chicken. The older we get, the more baggage we have, the more set in our ways we are, whatever, you know. And so bring, you know, when two people can manage to bring two lives together successfully, especially when they're older rather than younger, I think they're doing pretty well. So my answer to the question, you say, will my relationship with him continue on a positive note? Well, I don't see why not. I mean, it's going to have its ups and downs. You're going to have days when you think, oh, I can't be bothered with you. You're just an idiot. You know, why am I wasting my time? And yet then you would miss him and vice versa. And then he might come back like a dog with his tail between his legs. So, yeah, that's what I see anyway, for what it's worth. Okay. So just, I don't know what else to add on this. I'll pick one card out for you. Better be a good one after everything I've said. Right, not that there's any bad or good cards in. Let's have a think. Oh, bravery, valor and bravery, 7 of Wands. So it's saying, come on, be brave here. Be brave here. Relationships take courage. They do, because, you know, we get huffy and think, do you know what? I don't need this. It's too much. It's too much that I've got to give, and I'm busy with this and I'm busy with that. I can't be bothered with all of that. You know, how many of us have felt that way at times and thinking, do you know what? It would just be easier if I was on my own. You know, especially as we get older, we do think that. So it takes bravery to stay in a relationship that is basically a good one. It does. It takes bravery to get out, but hey, I tell you what, it takes bravery to stay in as well. So I think you can do it. I do think you can do it. He's going to cheer up, you know, whatever's been getting him down, whatever's on his mind, he's going to work his way through it. And there'll be thoughts of an older man on his mind. Now, this may be a current situation, or it may be something that's already happened, but he's kind of revisiting it in his head, you know. Also, he's going to be looking at work or business, and he's not a fool, and nobody takes the mickey out of him, and, you know, nobody just tells him what to do. So I can see him digging his heels in with a situation that may well have to do with work. And I can see sometimes where sometimes his stubborn attitude might cause you to roll your eyes a bit. But, you know, he'll sort it out. He will sort it out. He'll get over this, and, you know, you'll move on. I would say that somebody he knows is probably going to be having some health issues, and maybe that might get him down. Older, I think, not younger. And also, he will be thinking about a younger male. He'll be chewing over something to do with a younger male, whether it's a son-in-law figure, or whether it's, you know, a nephew, you know, at that kind of level. But feeling wary about this person. So it's somebody that he already knows, not somebody he's yet to meet. He's younger than him, but he'll be keeping an eye on him. So yeah, there's a number of bits and bobs going on with him. So I don't feel relaxed. He might look switched off and relaxed sometimes, but he's not relaxed in here and in here. But that just may be him, you know. So I'm only explaining because I'm just kind of reading his energy field, which is what I do. But he bounces back. And he doesn't give too much of his personal business away to other people, and he doesn't thank people for poking their noses in either, you know. So he'll sort it out, and yeah, I think you'll be okay. Okay, then. So don't forget, anybody, if you want to have a consultation with me, you can go to my website. I've got a full list on my consultations page there, PayPal buttons. I write regular blogs, got other YouTube videos. Yeah, so if you need a bit of guidance in your life, if you want an answer to a question, and if you are open, you know, we have to be mature when we have a consultation. We have to be mature. You know, when we kick back, when we react rather than respond to a consultation, rather than when we don't listen to it a couple of times before we respond, rather than we listen to it once in a haphazard way and then react, you know, we're not really approaching it in a mature way. So it takes maturity to have an intuitive consultation. And if we know that unless we're told the angels will sing and the rainbows will shine and, you know, love will be perfect, if we know that if we don't hear that, we're going to get upset and angry, then we should not have a consultation, okay? Or we should just pick a fortune teller who's got a reputation for telling people what they want to hear. You know, I'm not that, I'm an intuitive consultant. It's really about using your intuitive and your coaching skills, but also using a degree of common sense as well. And I do have an excellent track record for accurate long-term prediction. I'm not God, can't see everything, can't get everything totally right, but on the whole, it works pretty well. Okay. But it's, you know, it's about life. It's about real life. Okay, then. So my website address will be down below for anybody who wants to go and take a look, and speak to you again. Take care. Bye.